In this video, we're taking you on our 2-day tour of Mexico City and some of its main attractions and the fantastic food we ate. We stayed at Hampton Inn & Suites Centro Historico, which is situated 2 blocks from Zocalo, otherwise known as the main square of the city, where many restaurants, shops, and historic buildings can be found. On our first day, we had breakfast at El Cardenal, which serves traditional Mexican cuisine made from scratch. We started off with freshly baked bread, paired with authentic Mexican bittersweet hot chocolate, which was one of the best hot chocolates I've ever had. Let's take a look at our entrees. Beef stomach cooked in chili sauce and epazote. Corn tortillas stuffed with minced beef cooked in a green tomato sauce. Braised pork enchiladas. And my favorite, chilaquiles with steak. The food here was authentic and delicious. We highly recommend checking it out. After breakfast, we walked around the historic center of the city to take pictures of the Metropolitan Cathedral and go on a guided tour of the National Palace where the president resides. Pictures and videos are not allowed inside. Our next stop was Templo Mayor Museum, which was the site of the main temple of the Mexica people in their capital city of Tenochtitlan, which is now modern-day Mexico City. Here we saw many archaeological finds and exhibits related to the Aztec civilization. We spent about an hour here, but could have easily roamed around for a couple hours to see all the exhibits. Next, we headed to a coffee shop above the Sears building for the best views of Palacio de Bellas Artes. The Palace of Fine Arts is a prominent cultural center in the city, which hosts performing arts events, plastic arts galleries, and exhibitions. Mexico City has a surprisingly good metro system, and we took advantage of it by taking a train and bus to our next stop. Chapultepec Castle is a 220-foot tall neoclassical building in Mexico City's Chapultepec Park. It was originally built as a summer palace for viceroys in 1788 and has since been expanded and remodeled. In 1940, it became the home of the National Museum of History, which showcases impressive murals and stunning stained glass galleries. Don't miss walking around the castle's manicured gardens and enjoy panoramic views of the city below. On our way to our next stop, we watched the Dance of the Flyers. The ritual consists of dance and the climbing of a 30-meter pole from which 4 of the 5 participants then launch themselves, tied with ropes, to descend to the ground. The 5th remains on top of the pole, dancing and playing a flute and drum. Our final stop of the day was the National Museum of Anthropology, which is the largest and most visited museum in Mexico. Mexico City is in a major drought, and we immediately noticed the water features missing from the central part of the museum, which was freely flowing during our visit last year. It's home to the world's largest collection of ancient Mexican artifacts. The museum's most famous artifact is the Aztec Sunstone, which measures 12 feet in diameter, 39 inches thick, and weighs 54,000 pounds. Modern research suggests it was carved in the early 1500s. For dinner, we made reservations at Azul Historico, which was walking distance from our hotel. It's located in a charming open-air courtyard of the 17th century downtown Mexico hotel. They started us off with this tiny portion of salad. For our main entrees, we ordered grouper prepared with achiote and served with plantains and avocado, this delicious skirt steak topped with a mango salsa, and San Rafael style shrimps. The food and ambiance here was great, and we recommend this restaurant when in the area. For dessert, there's no better place than Churreria El Morro, which has been serving the best churros paired with hot chocolate since 1935. We ordered 4 pieces of churros and 2 ice cream sandwiches to cap off our long day exploring this enormous city. On our second day, we booked a guided tour to see the pyramids at Teotihuacan, about 30 miles northeast of modern-day Mexico City. We first stopped by the museum, which contains artifacts at Teotihuacan, which is one of Mexico's most important archaeological sites. After the museum, we walked around to see the pyramids up close. It's arranged in a grid layout that covers roughly 8 square miles and contains around 2,000 apartment compounds, temples, plazas, pyramids, and palaces. The main buildings are connected by the Avenue of the Dead, a 130-foot wide, 1.5-mile-long road that's oriented slightly east and points directly at the nearby sacred peak of Cerro Gordo, an extinct volcano. The city contains several large, important structures: the Pyramid of the Sun, Pyramid of the Moon, the Citadel, and the Temple of the Feathered Serpent. The pyramids are a must-see attraction when visiting Mexico City, and we recommend booking a guided tour to get a better understanding of its history. We spent an hour and a half here. Make sure to bring water, sunblock, and a hat since there is no shade. The last stop on our tour was La Villa de Guadalupe, located in the northern part of Mexico City. It is home to the Basilica de Guadalupe complex, which is made up of several churches and buildings. We first went inside Capilla de Posito, which was built from 1777 to 1791. It was originally a shelter built over a miraculous well and was the most visited in the complex for the next 100 years. The little angels painted on its dome carry symbols related to the final part of praying the rosary. We also went inside the old Basilica of Guadalupe, which was constructed from 1695 to 1709. In 1921, a bomb destroyed 95% of the church, and restoration began in 1979 and reopened in 2000. And lastly, we walked inside the new basilica to catch a glimpse of the image of the Virgin of Guadalupe, which can be seen from everywhere when inside. We spent an hour exploring here and could have easily spent another hour to see all the churches and buildings. It was finally time to go back to the city to find some good tacos after a long day. We went to Taqueria Caifan, which was recommended by our tour guide. This pineapple with cucumber drink was refreshing and the tacos were delicious. We hope you enjoyed our busy 2 days touring this great city. We highly recommend visiting Mexico City if you are interested in history, culture, and fantastic food. Thank you for watching. Please support us by liking this video and subscribing to our channel. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Bev and Ryan so you can follow our adventures and weekly uploads.